Hello everyone, this is Dr. Sunita Bulla. In this session, we are going to discuss about Git installation and configuration. It is a skill experiment 1. Versioning control system. The versioning control system is a tool that tracks and manages the changes to file over a time, especially in the software development. This VCS helps to manage or to protect your project code from this idea. It leads to the production. Now there are three types of versioning control systems: local VCS, centralized VCS, distributed VCS. So local VCS is nothing but by using the local VCS, we can able to keep multiple copies of the project in a local system. So now Git locally is also an example of a local VCS. By using the centralized VCS, it has this centralized VCS has a centralized server. So this centralized server having master repository. The server stores all the versions of the project files. This particular centralized server allows multiple developers to work on the same project simultaneously. It prevents conflicts. It maintains the history of all the changes, and it enables the rollback of the previous versions. Here, the developers can interact with the centralized repository through the client-server model. They can check out files from the server into their local machine, and they will work them. After that, they will check out their in files into the centralized repository. Let's see the example for the centralized VCS. Let's consider here it is a centralized VCS. The centralized VCS having a repository. Now it has a project repository, master project repository. Now this master repository allocated to the 3 developers. Developer 1 work on the login page. Developer 2 work on registration page. Developer 3 work on menu design. Now see here the centralized repository having the master copy of the project. Now the developer first will download the login page and implement the login page. After that, the developer will put the login page into the repository. Similarly, the developer to download the registration page from the master repository, then he will implement registration page, then after that we'll push into the repository, master repository. Next, third one, he is a third developer, simply download the menu design page, then after that, after implementing the menu design, simply push into the repository. So now this master repository having all the files. This master repository is under the CVCS, centralized versioning control system. Now here the CVCS have maintained all the details of this particular master project. So now how many developers push the code, what are the versions, and history, pushing history, pulling history, every history is maintained by the CVCS. Now here this is a overview of centralized versioning control. Centralized versioning control having single project, centralized master project. They in this master project, the multiple developers can able to work at the same time, and they will download their respective files. After completion of the implementation, they will put the files, completed files, into master repository. This is called centralized versioning control system. Next, final one is distributed versioning control system. This distributed versioning control system, it is a it is a structure. It is a structure. Here, the developers can download the full copy of the project, including entire repository. Okay, now here in the distributed versioning control system, the developers can download full copy of the project. They will implement. It will differs from the centralized versioning control system, where there is a single central server hold the project history in the centralized control system. But in the distributed versioning control system, here the developer can work independently and offline also. It makes the changes locally. Later, after completion of the work, simply push their project into the remote repository. So now here, let's consider it is a distributed versioning control system. In the distributed versioning control, having multiple repositories, repository 1, repository 2, repository 3, so on. So each repository having multiple developers. So now here the developers can able to download entire project from the distributed versioning control system. Repo 1, repo, for example, this repo 1 has, it is a project of hospital management system. So developer 1 can download entire project into the local system, and similarly developer 2 also and developer 3 also. Here these three developers, they can download entire project of into local system. Here developer 1 work on the admin module, developer 2 work on doctor module, developer 3 work on visitor module. Now here the hospital management system, so admin module implemented by the developer 1, doctor module is implemented by developer 2, visitor module is implemented by developer 3. So these three developers, they can download the repository into their local system. Then after that they will work offline. Then after completion of the project implementation, simply they will commit the admin module, the entire project into the hospital management system in the versioning control, distributed versioning control repository. Then after developer 2 also same. He will work on a doctor module. After completion of the module, he will push the changes into the hospital management system, distributed versioning control repository. Similarly, developer 3. So now in the distributed versioning control system, so there is a facility to work on multiple developers on a single repository, and they can able to download project into the local system, and they will work on offline. Then after that they will push the changes into the repository. So this is called as a distributed versioning control system. So now here Git is a one of the example of distributed versioning control system. In the Git, every developer, multiple developers, work on the same project, and they will manage, they will track the changes, and they will merge the changes and work together on the same project. Now it is a free and open source versioning control, distributed versioning control. It is used to handle everything from the small to very large project and speed and efficiently. Here, for this Git purpose, GitHub is one of the web-based platform to host and managing the Git repository. It enables the developer to store, share, and collaborate and deploy the code online using the Git repository. This Git is nothing but it is like a social network for the code. It built the Git, and it make it easy to share your project. For example, in social media we'll share our photos and text messages. Like similarly, here by using the GitHub Git repositories, we can share our project into the our colleagues and project team managers. If you want to use the distributed versioning control system, first of all, step one is we need to install Git software into our local system. For the installation purpose, go to the internet, type Git download. Very first page, click on downloads, select your operating system. So I'm going with the Windows. Here, Windows x64 setup. Go for installer Windows x64 setup. Download in progress. Now Git downloaded successfully. Before installing to the Git software, just open command prompt. Here type git hyphen hyphen version. Now see here, git command is not recognized by the command prompt. Now double click on installer. Here no need to read any questions. Just directly click on next and up to the last stage. So no need to read any questions and everything. Just simply go with the next. Here it installing Git into local system. Mean by, first of all, just let's discuss about Git lifecycle. So first of all, we already know it is a distributed versioning control. It has a four stages. First one, local directory. Second, staging. Third one, local repository. Finally, remote repository. So now, if you want to work with the Git, we should know these four stages. Here, first of all, we need to initiate a Git into the local directory. After installing the Git into the local system, first of all, very first command is git init. So this is a command, git init is a command. When you type the git init command in your local directory location, that particular local directory under the control of git. And now before this command, this local directory is a normal directory. After entering the git init, this local directory is under control of git. It's a git versioning control. Next one, after initializing the git into your local directory, the next step, by using the command by using this command, so whatever your files in a local directory, those files are moving to the staging part. The staging part is a middle part and like a mediator area from the local directory to the remote repository. So now when you type the command git add, now here whatever your local directory files are under the staging area and ready to push into the remote directory. Then after whatever in the staging area, then after in the staging area, now first of all before committing to the remote repository, it has to be commit in the local repository. So that is the reason here command is git commit is a command git commit is a command to convert your local files like to move your local files into the local repository. Now this is the local repository has having the capability to push into the remote repository. Now here first of all initial command is git init command in your local directory. This what will happen when you type in the git init here. The local directory in the local directory dot git hidden file created. Now from this from this command execution onwards, this local directory under the control of git. Then next stage, when you type in the git add, this local directory files are moving to the staging state. Now here this staging state is ready to push whatever you are code into the remote repository. Before going to the remote repository, it has to store into the local repository, similar to the application lifecycle. Before production stage, pre-production stage in the local repository. So in the local repository, we need to type the git command, and now your repository is ready to push into the remote. To push, I mean, to enter into the remote, we need one command. That command is called git push. This is a command. Git push is a command to move your local directory into the remote repository. So this is a complete life cycle from the local directory to remote directory using the git. Now see installation is successful. Click on finish. Installation is successful. Here type first command. First close this command prompt. Open it again. Git version. Now see here it showing 2.50.0 Windows 2. So this is the version number of Git. Now here what we did here, just we installed Git software into your local system, right? Now we have a rights to create a local repository. Now we don't have any account. We don't have any account of remote repository. So just up to we have only Git version software into our local system. So now working with the local Git. So this is also called as a VCS, local VCS. So now when you are working with the local VCS, so we can able to create up to the local repository part in the life cycle picture. So this is a life cycle. So we don't have any report repository. So we can able to and we can able to travel up to the local repository stage. So now if you want to work with the Git, first of all go to the any drive, create one folder. Now here cloud DevOps folder. In this folder, I'm going to create one folder, Git workspace. So this is the directory I'm going to use for the Git related projects implementation. Copy this path, open with the command prompt. In your command prompt, redirect to this this directory location. Command is cd/d. So now this command prompt redirecting to your Git workspace. So now you can right click on this particular path, click on open with command prompt. You can directly redirecting with the command prompt. Now here in my command prompt, I redirected to the Git workspace. Now what I want to do here, I want to work with my local VCS. So I don't have any remote repository at present. Now I want to work with the local VCS. So as per our life cycle, so first one is a local directory. In this local directory, first I will create one local directory. First, okay, my directory name is first gitex. Now see here the project folder is created. In the local directory, I created one folder. The folder name is first gitex. Now after redirect to that particular folder. Here this is the folder, this is the directory I am considering to work with the Git. Okay, now here first command as per the diagram. What is the first command here? If you want to work with the Git, so first as a very first command is a git init. See here, when you type the first command git init, it created one hidden file. File name is called .git. So now this first whatever your directory, your folder, the folder having the git hidden file, the file name is .git. Now your folder can able to work with the remote repository. So that is the reason first command always when you are opening the folder, project folder and everything, when you want to work with a git or local git or a remote git, very first command is git init. Now after git init, I want to create a file in this repository. I want to create one file, the simple file. Command is echo is a command to create file. So now I am creating one file, txt file, by using the echo command, hello.txt. So this is a file I am going to create. Echo, write the message, and a hello.txt. When you click on see here, hello file created. Before that I don't have any file. Open the hello file. So see the message hello world. Now here I created one file. File name is hello. So now what is my main objective here? I want to push this first GitX project into remote repository. So for that purpose I completed first stage. I created local directory. I called git version into my local directory, and I have a file. Now, so if you want to know the status of this one, just type status. Now here type the git status. When you type the git status, so here, so one untracked file is there. One untracked file is there. That file name is hello.txt. Hello.txt in red color. It is a untracked file. So now we can able to push this untracked file into the remote repository. So now next stage, if you want to send this file into the remote repository, next is a staging state. Okay, without staging state we cannot go into the remote repository. Very next command is git add. Now here type the command hello.txt file. Now when you type this command, whatever this hello.txt file moving into the staging environment. It's moving into the staging environment. Now entered into the staging environment. Then after that, whatever this local directory has to convert into the local repository. So right, the local directory has to convert into local repository. Then only we can push our code into the remote repository. For this purpose, we are typing the command. The command is called git commit. Git commit with the message. We need one message. So this is a file command. So git commit -m added hello text.txt file. Now enter. So see here, when you type this command git commit -m added hello txt.file, when you type this command, it asking the remote repository credentials, right? See here, please tell me who are you. Run these two commands. It asking remote repository details, right? Without remote repository, by using the local git, we can move to the staging part only. So now stage 1 life cycle in the git life cycle, stage 1 local directory and staging part, these two stages only we can survive in the by using the local Git. If you want to work with the, I mean, if you want to move forward, we need one remote repository account. We need one remote repository account. That remote repository account is called GitHub or uh, GitLab. We have a we know there are two remote repository, many remote repository consoles are there. We well known remote repository websites are GitHub and GitLab. Now, if you want to work forward, then we need to create GitHub account. Just open github.com. Now, if you don't have an account, I have already an account, but I'm going to create one more account for the demonstration purpose. Click on sign up, enter the details. Now next, select the username. So enter email address, password, username, and enter your region. Click on continue. Next one, just wait. it asking the verification. So I will do it a verification later. First of all, I'll go with my existing account. So this is my existing account. So it is a GitHub account. So it has a dashboard like this. So this is a GitHub account dashboard. Here we can able to see when you are opening a GitHub account, you can able to see your profile. Now it has in this GitHub we can able to store our projects as a repositories. In my dashboard I have a few repositories. So see here, these are the repositories I have: full stack, open, travel management, and e-commerce one. These are the repositories I have. So when you open the repository, we can able to see the project code. We can share this project by using the URL. This is the project URL. So by using this project URL, I can share to anyone. So if anyone open this URL, they can able to see my project. Now GitHub account created. Come here. Next one, how to configure GitHub. How to configure Git with GitHub account. So these are the commands to configure your local Git with the GitHub account, GitHub repository, remote repository. Now first of all, first command git config list. If you are already configured, it shows the configuration details. If you are not find any configuration details, then we have to configure by using this command. Now here type this command. Git config hyphen global user dot name equal, my username is next. Global user dot email. Later it will ask the password. No, at present no needed. Now see here. So now there is a I configured this account with the username and email. If you want to check the details, just type git config list. So now see here, this this system in local system, a git version control configured with my username and password. Now this local directory has a connection with the remote directory. Now from now onwards I can able to push my local directory files into the remote repository. Okay, in a previously where we hold, when I type the git command, it asks the username and password, right? So now again I am going to type git commit. So again git commit. Now let's check. See here, it git commit works successfully. One file moved into the local repository. Now this directory is converted as a this directory is converted as a local repository. So in the beginning it is a normal directory. After that after that it moved into the staging state. Then after now it is a local repository. So it is called as a local repository. When I write the push command, now here whatever files, these files are moving to the remote repository. So this is the way we will install git and configure git in your local system. So now again, first of all, what are the steps here? First step, install local system. Second one, then after create GitHub account. Integrate GitHub by using commands. What are the commands here? By using these two commands, we can configure our local directory into GitHub repository. Now to work with the local directory, first what we have to do, local VCS or local git just create directory, create one local directory, then after add files or project. Third one, initialize git or staging environment. Third one, move to sorry, convert this local directory into local repository. So this is a git installation and configuration. This is a working with local VCS. So what are the commands here? Create one directory, redirecting to the your local directory. Then after first step, git init. You can create any file using echo command. Next, whatever file you created, you want to the file has to push into staging state. Commit the changes to convert your local directory into remote repository. So this is a way to work with your local versioning control system. Thank you.